East Africa Institute of Learning. I'm taking you through what we call the liberal democracy as the course unit. And we've had and I've seen many videos when I'm trying to explain the meaning of the word liberal democracy. And we said that the liberal democracy, this is when you find a country having freedom of voting. There is freedom in different sectors. So it is when a government is giving its people freedom of voting, when there is a free election, all the three branches of the government are each branch is independent. Altogether, the legislative council, we have the judiciary, and among others. So we said that the characteristics of what we call a liberal government. We said there must be civic education and the engagement. We said protection of minority rights. Then we said there is decentralization and federalism. We say there is transparency and the accountability. There is rule of law, among others. So those are the things that we looked at in the current videos, and we said that at least it helps us to know what a liberal government or liberal democratic government is. So today I want us to look at the contributions of the ancient Greeks. Are we together? The ancient Greek and Roman contributions on liberal democracy. What things did they do? For example, if you look at the number of philosophers, they try to at least highlight, give their opinions concerning what we call a liberal democratic government. So at least today, I want us to look at the ancient Greek and the Roman contributions towards what we call democracy. So we have what we call the ancient Greek contribution. We have the Athens democracy, that is that is during the 15th century BCE. So Athens is often credited as the birthplace of democracy. They believe that in Athens, that's where democracy started from. So where the concept of direct democracy engaged. So in this system, we try to see that the citizens, in bracket we say specifically free male citizens, participated directly in decision making processes. So we say that looking in Athens there, the word democracy, they believe that it is the birthplace, that they believe that it is where the term democracy originated from. Why? They gave people freedom. They gave citizens freedom. They gave their people the mandate, the liberty, the charter to take part in decision making. And when you give someone an opportunity in decision making, that means you respect someone's opinion. So democracy is believed to have been initiated within Athens. Are we together? So we have the key features. Are we together? Key features. So the Athenian assembly allowed citizens to debate and vote on laws and policies directly. So they had the council of almost 500 people prepared. Are we together? So prepared legislation, and the public officials were often selected by a lot. So reflecting a belief in what we call equality and of the citizens. So there are some key features that can portray democracy that originated in Athens. Are we together? For example, they at least allowed their people to directly take part in voting, to directly take part in the debating. They used to debate over some important issues. So their governments gave them ear. They were not dictatorial. They could not just decide without giving people chance of taking part in decision making. So there was a specific council that was created, at least to balance, at least to give an ear, at least to give people room to exercise their rights. Are we together? So we look at what we call significance. So while in Athenian democracy was not a liberal democracy, as it excluded women, slaves, and non-citizens. Are we together? So in Athens, there was some, at least, it was not so much liberal due to the fact that they exempted some, they left some people, some groups out. Are we together? Some groups were left out. For example, women were not given opportunity. Slaves were not given opportunity, and non-citizens were not given opportunity. That means they only focused on their citizens. They only focused on their people, not that all that were catered for. However, they at least catered for their citizens. So it introduced what we call foundational ideas, such as citizen participation, public debates, and political equality, which influenced later democratic thought altogether. So at least, however much that they did not focus on slaves, they did not focus on women, they did not focus on non-citizens, but at least the fact is, looking at their people, there was an idea and at least an image of democracy. Are we together? So let us look at still the Roman contributions towards liberal democracy or towards democracy. Let us not call it liberal, because there are some teachers within that do not make it a liberal democracy, but there is democracy within. We have the Roman contribution. So the Roman Republic was from the Roman Republic, that is in 509 to 527 BCE. So the Roman Republic introduced what we call mixed form of government that combined elements of democracy, monarchy, there is what we call oligarchy, with a focus on what we call checks and balances. Are we together? So when you look at the Roman contribution, there within the Roman Empire, within the Roman state or empire, there was formation of what we call the Roman Republic. Or the Republic is an element of democracy. Are we together? So there was what we call mixed form of government. There was a republic, and still, like when you find out, like for example, you come in Uganda, you find that there is the government, and then there is what we call monarchies. So all these sectors, all these organs, all these departments have been given their freedom. We have the key institutions. There are some key institutions within the Roman Empire that were set, and these at least they were trying to portray this image of democracy. So the Roman Senate, so this is the body of partisan aristocrats. Are we together? And popular assemblies were formed where citizens voted on laws and elected on magistrates. Are we together? So represented the direct aspects of Roman governance. So in the Roman state or empire, there was formation of Roman Senate. And still, there were some particular popular assemblies that were organized, where people used to debate over different laws, where people used to debate over important issues. So at least there was some image of democracy. There was rule of law. The Roman legal system emphasized the law, the rule of law. The law was active. The law was acting. So there was the respect of laws. No one was beyond the law. Are we together? So where laws were written, e.g., the 12 let me say, 12 tables altogether. So some laws, there are laws that were written to govern people, and these were applied to all citizens, laying the groundwork for legal principles like equality before the law and due process. So no one was above the law. Laws were made, and these were all applied to all people. All people were under the law. No one was above. So that is already a sign of a democratic kind of governance. Then we have significance. So the Roman Republic's model of governance. This with its separation of power, checks and balances, and legal protection, heavily influenced the modern democratic system, especially especially the development of republicanism and the constitutional framework. So the Roman Republic is a model of governance. Also, at least within it there was separation of powers, checks and balances, and still legal protection was also a significant thing within. So at least we've seen that there were some specific key factors and key features that at least showed us that democracy was within the Athens. I beg to submit from here. Have a